So I don't normally do this because if I responded to everyone who trolls me, I'd never get anything done. But the YouTube creator Walk Don't Run has a pretty extensive following, and although I don't love thousands of people attacking me, his followers are now attacking people I know, so I think we should address what he's been doing so we can all just move past it. But I'm going to do this once, and I won't do it again. Here's the thing. I have a podcast, but most people know me from these short videos I make in my kitchen. I do them to break down otherwise complicated ideas or things that are happening in America to help people better understand so they can be more proactively involved in American democracy. My goal is not to give you every piece of information. My goal is to give you some broad strokes so you can conceptualize bigger concepts, and then if you care to, you can go on and further look into it yourself. I care deeply about this country. I care about its people, about its success, and I'm of the belief that we could be doing far better as a nation, and that all starts with understanding. Ultimately, it starts with people giving a shit and realizing that every single one of us has a part to play in the American experiment. I have no desire to get into some he said, she said, red team, blue team kind of thing with this creator. This man and I are clearly on two different sides of the political and moral spectrum. I was proud to be at the White House to meet President Biden. He proudly posed at CPAC with General Michael Flynn and called him an American hero. I started this project with Apolitical Online Civics. He sells Let's Go Brandon t-shirts. So clearly, we don't see eye to eye. And that's fine, because I have no desire to add to the divisive, hostile environment America has become. At the end of the day, I believe in free speech, and this man is simply exercising his. I believe people should be questioned. I spend a lot of time researching what I do to make sure that what I put out into the world is the truth. So it's appropriate for people to call me out if I'm wrong. But I need to be really clear. I'm not wrong. I'm too anal for that. I'm too careful, too nerdy. All of the proof that these videos give that I am lying fundamentally boil down to me saying something like, there's a car, and him saying, actually, because of the height of the chassis and the length of the steering column in relationship to the depth of the hood, it's an SUV. Okay. But you knew what I meant. You've just designed your content to deliberately mislead people so it fits your worldview better. But my point still stands. It reminds me of that America's not a democracy, it's a republic talking point. I mean, sure, that's true. America is a republic. But more specifically, America is a constitutional republic. And a constitutional republic is a form of democracy. So you know what we mean when we say democracy, but you double down on the minutia to serve your own right-wing agenda, which is basically to justify why we don't need to give everyone a voice or why things don't really need to be fair. Honestly, I don't really care if you call me old or ugly or whatever. It doesn't matter to me if you don't like smart women. I mean, it's a shame because we're awesome. But I do care if you say that I'm lying. Because I want people to know the truth. I would encourage your audience, just like I encourage my own, to look deeper into what you're saying and consider why you're saying it. Because you are talking with an agenda, and you're spinning the facts to fit that agenda. In one of your videos, which now has over 300,000 views, I said, Republicans put a $10,000 bounty on women who had abortions. And you said, wrong. Actually, looking here at the exact bill, XYZ, it's a $10,000 bounty based on people who may or may not have helped women get abortions, so what? My point remains the same. One party is trying to make it as hard as possible for women to have ownership or autonomy over their own body, even going so far as to offer cash prizes to those who turn them in. Who the bounty is on isn't the point. There's a car. Just like me saying Republicans want to get rid of Social Security and Medicare, and you saying no Republican has ever wanted to do that. Really? Because your viewers should Google Congressman Mike Lee promising to dig up Social Security by the roots, or read Senator Rick Scott's 11-point plan that includes sunsetting Social Security. Or they could research Senator John Thune recently saying that the Republicans plan to hold the economy hostage in order to make cuts to entitlements. Hell, just look at the fact that Republicans call Social Security an entitlement. It's not an entitlement. It's an insurance policy people paid into their whole working life. The money belongs to the people. It's not the government's to take. I'm sure people think I spin things because I have an agenda. But that doesn't mean that what I'm saying isn't true. And I do have an agenda. My agenda is to help promote democracy. My agenda is a better and more fair functioning country that lives up to its ideals. A country where anyone from anywhere can truly make it if they work hard enough. I want to be the land of opportunity we tell everyone we are. I'd love to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. But that doesn't come from hating and demonizing people. It doesn't come from selling shirts that say fuck the president in our merch stores. It comes from hard work and knowledge and effort. By working to create a country where everyone's voice matters, not just the people who are born with the right skin color or practice the correct religion or subscribe to your preferred sexuality and gender norms. We both believe in freedom. I just believe people should have freedom over their own bodies, that we should be free to love who we want to love. I don't believe we're free if we're afraid we're going to be shot for a traffic infraction or our children are going to be slaughtered in their schools. I believe in the right to protest. I believe in the right to criticize your government. I believe American children deserve to learn real history, not some whitewashed propaganda version that makes people who look like us feel good. How stupid are Americans going to be to the rest of the world if we don't even know our own history? I can't imagine your viewers want that. Look, you guys are giving me a lot of shit for being a Democrat, but I want to be clear, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a liberal. I believe in freedom and fairness and equality under the law. And currently, the political party who best supports those things is the Democratic Party. I understand it's easier to paint me with some radical woke brush and label me as some stupid uninformed sheep than it is to believe that what I'm saying might actually be true. You just don't want to hear it. My guess is you don't really care about telling your followers the truth. You care about clicks and hits and making money. And you know that hate and anger sells. Plus, if you can target that hate at a mouthy woman and use her content to make your own, even better. At the end of the day, you like the status quo that favors white straight men, and you will continue to support anyone that will keep America under your control. And that becomes harder to do when people like me explain how things work and how they could be better. So you choose to put your energy into slandering me and sending your boys after me and my friends and my acquaintances in hopes that I'll stop. But I'm not going to stop. I care too much about the country to do that. So move on. Make your own content. Or maybe put all that energy into making the world a tiny bit better, rather than trying to make one person's life a tiny bit worse. Be better than that. You clearly like good music, so you can't be all bad. Use those powers for good. And for God's sake, stop going to CPAC. It'll rot your brain. Peace out, brother.